Can a Hindu daughter claim ancestral property in India? Hello everyone, this is Santosh Pulipaka, advocate practicing in Telangana. In India, after humongous struggle and facing a great gender biased discretion, a daughter is recognized as co-partner in ancestral property. A girl by birth will get equal rights as son in ancestral property even after her marriage. Today, the emphasis is not to expose complex and complicated legal provisions that are available in various statutes. Instead, the main intention is to provide legal knowledge and actual rights that are available for women in India, because most of the women will not approach police stations or courts to get and enforce their legal rights, because of which it is very much necessary to have a legal knowledge when they are negotiating on their legal rights and to get saved from substantial exploitation of their brothers. Property under Hindu law has been divided into two things. First one is ancestral property and second one is self-acquired property. An ancestral property is the property that has been carried forward for generations with male lineage and is undivided as of today. And the self-acquired property is the property that is earned by father earnings. In ancestral property, both daughter and son will have equal rights by the time of their birth itself. Whereas in a self-acquired property, a father can write a will to give the property to respective son or daughter, or even he is having his rights to donate the property or gift property to someone else. If father dies without a will, then even that self acquired property will be divided among legal heirs equally, because the share will be accrued equally from the time of their birth itself. When woman gets married, this is a common practice of exploitation by brothers in Hindu family, stating that they have spent a lot for girls' marriage and the complete property of girl share got exhausted at the time of marriage itself. This is a pathetic, lamentable, and lame excuses given by brothers at the time of property division. In order to stop all these things, the government of India has enacted the Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005, which clearly states that the girl by birth itself will accrue right as of son in the ancestral property. And also, the Hindu Succession Act 1956 is amended and Section 23 is removed, in which it disentitles a girl from asking her share in partition of dwelling home. Even though after all these amendments were made, there are a couple of confusions that are roaming in all local courts, which are like when a girl marriage should happen, whether it should happen before 2005 or after 2005. There is a bit confusion there. And the second point is whether the father needs to be alive at the time of this act enacted. Like by 2005, is it necessary whether father should be alive? These two confusions are roaming throughout all junior courts even after the amendment of this act. In order to keep a full stop for all these discussions, the Supreme Court of India, in the case of Vinita Sharma versus Rakesh Sharma on 11th August 2020, the Honorable Supreme Court of India has provided a judgment which states that woman by birth itself will get equal rights on ancestral property without any conditions. Like there is no condition of marriage and there is no condition of father alive or dead at the time of amendment of act. Nothing is considered. With irrespective of everything, by the time of birth, girl will be given equal rights on ancestral properties as of sons.